Hello everyone, welcome back to today's lecture on demultiplexer. This demultiplexer is one of the important combinational logic circuit. In the last lecture we have seen multiplexer. Actual multiplexing system uses multiplexer and demultiplexer in combination. That is, this total is a multiplexing system where this part is multiplexer and this part is demultiplexer. Actually, in our communication systems, at the transmitter side, multiplexer will be used and at the receiver side, demultiplexer will be used. And in the last lecture, this multiplexer part we have seen, that is designing of the multiplexer is completed. And multiplexer is what? This multiplexer is taking the many inputs, this multiplexer taking the many inputs and giving only one output. And demultiplexer taking the same output from the multiplexer, that is one input it is taking, a signal from the multiplexer is taken by the demultiplexer. So, it is having only one input and it is distributing to many outputs. So, this demultiplexer is a combinational circuit which has one input and many outputs. Here from this we can understand that multiplexer and demultiplexer both are exactly reverse operations. And here what multiplexer is doing? From this figure we can understand that multiplexer is connecting to only one of the input signal at a time. From the many signals, the switch is connecting only one of the input signal at a time. And so this signal is having combination of all inputs, all A, B, C, D, E. And all the multiplexed signal is received by the demultiplexer, and this demultiplexer is distributing to the received signal to many outputs. That means again it is connecting to only one switch at the output side at a time. So, this connection of switch here and there will be decided by the control signals, and this multiplexer and demultiplexer should be in synchronism such that exactly A signal will be received to the A, B signal will be received to the B and so on, E will be received to the E, etc. Okay. So, this is multiplexing system, and in that multiplexing system, multiplexer and demultiplexer. In today's lecture, we are going to see about this demultiplexer as we completed this multiplexer in the last lecture. So, we will see the designing of the demultiplexer and demultiplexer tree and any function implementation using this demultiplexer we will see in this class. The contents for today's lecture are introduction, then basic function of the demultiplexer, and designing of different types of the demultiplexers like 1/2, 1/4 and 1/8 demultiplexers, different sizes of the demultiplexers we will see, designing part. And after that, implementing the bigger size demultiplexer using a smaller size demultiplexers, that is called as demultiplexer tree we will see. And after that, implementation of a function, implementation of a Boolean function using this demultiplexer we are going to see in this lecture. And finally, since we have seen multiplexer and demultiplexer, we will see the comparison part also, comparison between mux and demux in today's lecture. Let's see the introduction first. Already we have seen multiplexing system. Multiplexing system uses both multiplexer and demultiplexer. And multiplexer is a combinational circuit that accept many inputs and give only one output. That also we have known. And now we are going to see demultiplexer. This demultiplexer is a circuit which performs exact opposite function of the multiplexer, and that means it is the reverse of the multiplexer. What multiplexer is doing? Taking a many inputs and giving one output. So opposite of that is nothing but one input and many outputs. So reverse of the multiplexing operation is demultiplexing. That is nothing but demultiplexer accepts only one input and gives many outputs. Demultiplexer is a combinational circuit which accepts one input and gives many outputs. That is the function of the demultiplexer. Okay, that we have seen here. It is taking only one input and giving many outputs. Many outputs. That is a function of the demultiplexer. Taking one input and giving many outputs is demultiplexer. Okay. See the application where we are applying this demultiplexer, taking one input and connecting it to many outputs. In our day-to-day life, we will see one typical example, that is selecting the I/O signal, that means selecting the output signal connection from a PC to output devices like. Okay. Here we have a PC, and from this PC we can have output. That output may be sent to, it may be having a print copy, that may be a black and white print or color print, or we can send that as a fax and etc. So see here, output from this PC is going to be connected to multiple devices like black and white laser printer, fax machine, color inkjet printer or pen plotter. All are output devices. Now the output of a PC is going to be connected to any one of these devices at a time, not to all devices parallelly. So at a time, output is connecting to one of these devices. For the selection of that device, we are using demultiplexer. For the selection of any one of the output devices, this demultiplexer is used. That is, the selector is here demultiplexer. The selector is here demultiplexer. This demultiplexer is taking the signal and giving to either black and white printer or fax machine or color printer or pen plotter. Okay, means taking X as a signal from the PC, and that is connecting to D1. D1 is nothing but our first output device. Then D0, D1, D2 and D3 as the names of the output devices. It is connecting X to any one of D0 to D3 at a time based on the selection signals of this demultiplexer. So this demultiplexer, since here 4 output devices are using, 2 selection signals are required. Now depending upon the selection signals values, that may be either 0, 0 or 0, 1, 1, 0 or 1, 1. Depending upon the selection signal values, any one of the device will be selected for connecting this PC to that device. Okay. So if selection signals are 0, 0, then this PC is connected to the first device of black and white printer, or if selection lines are 1, 1, then this PC is connected to the pen plotter. Like that. This demultiplexer is acting as a selector here, or data distributor, or it is used for connecting one signal to many devices. Okay, this is the example application of the demultiplexer. Let's see in general some more applications. Demultiplexer is used whenever a single source want to connect to multiple destinations. Demultiplexers are used to connect a single source. This is important. A single source, like in our previous example, computer. So a single source to multiple destinations. Then this demultiplexer is used. Such cases always possible in communication system. Communication system, one source has to be transmitted to different receivers, many receivers. So therefore in communication system, this demultiplexer is required. And in ALU, then serial to parallel converter. That means this demultiplexer is taking one input and distributing to many outputs. So that's can be also used as, since it is a one input, this will be called as a serial input, and since here there are many, this is called as a parallel signals. So this demultiplexer can be used as serial to parallel converter also. Then it is using for selecting of different IO devices, like which we have seen just now as a typical application. To select different IO devices for the data transfer, this demultiplexer is used. Similarly, choosing the different banks of the memory. So in the previous example, what we have seen, devices are connected. Like that, in our processors, in our microprocessors, microcontrollers, there is some memory. That memory is divided as some banks. So that means bank is nothing but a group of registers. Some part of the memory is some bank 0, bank 1, bank 2, bank 3, like that are parts of memories. To select those part of memories, this demultiplexer will be used. That means if you have a big memory, a memory system, total memory, and that memory is divided as some banks, means some parts. To select any one of these banks, this demultiplexer is going to be used. And then enabling the different functional units. Similar to the example of, so if we have different devices, and if you want to give enable signal to those devices as an enable signal also, enable signal to all those devices, this demultiplexer will be used in our processors. So this demultiplexer is used everywhere whenever a single source want to be connected to multiple destinations. Now, what is actual demultiplexer? What is the definition of the demultiplexer? A demultiplexer is a digital switch. It is a digital switch, or it is a combinational circuit with a single input. That input is called as source with a single input and multiple outputs. These outputs are called as destinations. So demultiplexer is a digital switch with a single input and multiple outputs. So it is a combinational circuit with single source and multiple destinations. And what is actual function? That input is connecting to any one of the destination depending upon the selection line. The selection line defines to which output the input is going to be connected. That is, the selection lines, important lines in the demultiplexer and multiplexer, the select lines. The select lines determine, the select lines are going to be determine which output the input is connected to. Okay. So here we need three terms. One is input, another one is select, another one is output. Three important terms: input lines, select lines, and output lines. In our demultiplexer, input line is one and output lines are many. Okay, output lines are many. We don't know how many these are as of now. Output lines are many. To connect this input to one of the many output lines, these select lines are playing an important role. Okay, depending upon the value of these selection lines, input will be connected to one of the output. Now the relation between these three is like this. That is, if we have n selection lines, then that demultiplexer is going to have 2 power n output lines. Always input is a single signal, single line. And if n selection lines are using, then the demultiplexer is having 2 power n output lines. Okay. Then the relation between these three lines will be represented as a symbol here. That is a symbol of the demultiplexer. It is demultiplexer symbol. That is, it is representing like this, demultiplexer symbol. representation of inputs, input is one line, so here 1 is represented, and outputs are 2 power n for n select lines. If it is having a n select lines, outputs are 2 power n outputs with 1 input. This is a symbol for the demultiplexer. Now, depending upon the size of the selection lines, there are different types of multiplexers. Depending upon the size of the selection lines is very important. That means capital N value. If n is equal to 1, n may be anything, n may be 1 or 2 or 3 or so on. Depending upon the n value. If n is equal to 1, what will happen here? If n is equal to 1, input is equal to always 1. This is 2 power 1, that is equal to what? 2 power 1 is equal to 2. If n is equal to 1, that size is called as 1 to 2 outputs. Okay. So, that is called as 1 to 2 demultiplexer. 1 to 2 demultiplexer. Now, depending upon the size of the selection lines, there different types of demultiplexers available. Those are, first one is, if selection lines are 1, then that is called 1 to 2 demultiplexer. If n is equal to 2, then n is equal to 2, it is 2 and input is 1 always. Now 2 power 2, it will become as 4. Okay. If n is equal to 2, then that demultiplexer size is 1 to 4. Similarly, if n is equal to 3, 1 to 8. If n is equal to 4, 1 to 16. If n is equal to 5, 1 to 32 and so on. We can have any size of the demultiplexer depending upon the selection lines. And here, observe, here it is represented as 1 to 2 and demultiplexer can also be represented as 1 is to 2. It can also be represented as 1 by 2. Any type of the representation is allowed here, that is 1 is to 2, 1 into 2, 1 to 2. But all reading as 1 to 2 demultiplexer, 1 to 2 demultiplexer, 1 to 2 demultiplexer. Okay, or 1 by 2 demultiplexer. All these representations are following by different textbooks. So, you can use any representation, that is 1 to 2 writing or 1 is to 2 writing or 1 x 2 or 1 into 2 writing. This can be called as any type of the representation will be followed for the representation of these demultiplexers. Let us see the functionality of the demultiplexer. That functionality of the demultiplexer using a functional diagram. The functionality of a demultiplexer using a functional diagram. We have seen already symbol and its function. Its symbol is what? It is using one input and having 2 power n outputs for n selection lines. The same thing we are representing here as one input, data input and multiple outputs. The same thing with n selection lines. Selection input is n and one input and 2 power n outputs. The same thing is representing, but here its functionality is actually this one. Its function can be represented as a rotatory switch. A rotatory switch. It means it is having one input switch. That switch position is going to be connected to any one of the output switch depending upon the selection line. Okay. So, here we have so many positions of the switch and one input position, and all these are called as output positions. This input position is going to be connected to output positions, any one at a time depending upon the selection line. So, its functionality can be understood by the function of a rotatory switch. It can be modeled as a rotatory switch. Okay. Now, Let's start the designing part. Design of 1 by 2 demultiplexer. Let's start the designing part. Design of 1 by 2 or 1 to 2 demultiplexer. And we know the design of any combinational circuit using processor. Follow the same processor to design this demultiplexer. Design part. In this design part, what are the steps? The first step is always the problem statement, oral description of the problem, oral description of the problem. What is our problem? A circuit which has to take one input and it has to provide two outputs depending upon one select signal. Okay, so 1:2 demux. This is our problem statement. Now what is step 2? Step 2 is finding the number of inputs and outputs. So here data inputs, select inputs, two types of inputs are there. So number of data inputs are how many? 1, it is always 1. And select inputs are also how many? Because it is 1:2 demultiplexer itself is going to have one select signal. So select inputs also 1. And then data outputs. How many are the data outputs? Data outputs are 2 power select signals, so 2. Identifying the number of inputs and outputs is the second step. And what is our step 3? Step 3 is giving names to this. Okay, let us give data input, that has some D, and select input as some S, and data outputs as some Y0 and Y1. Let us give any name. These names may be anything. Okay, these are user defined names, so you can use any name. So we are taking input as a D, data input, selection signal as S, and outputs are as Y0 and Y1. Step 4. What is our step 4? Step 4 is truth table representation. Getting the relation between inputs and outputs. Truth table. Now, depending upon the S value, output is going to be defined. Depending upon the S value, output is going to be defined. That is, Y0 and Y1s are going to be defined based on the S value. Okay. Since it is only one input, one signal, it may be have a value of either 0 or 1, only two values. When S is equal to 0, what is the Y0? Y0 is equal to, actually, so here represent here Y0, Y1 and input D and selection signal S. When S is equal to 0, define a relation such that this D is going to be passed to Y0. So when S is equal to 0, Y0 is equal to D and Y1 is equal to 0. Then when S is equal to 1, a relation between input and output is Y1 is passing as a D and Y0 is 0. Okay. So depending upon the S value, the D signal is passing to either Y0 or Y1. When S is equal to 0, D is passing to Y0, therefore Y0 is equal to D and Y1 is equal to 0. And then when S is equal to 1, D is passing to Y1, therefore here it is representing as when S is equal to 1, Y1 is equal to D, whereas Y0 is equal to 0. Now, two output signals, depending upon the S value, input is passing. Write the logic expression from this. Logic expressions. Here actually simplification is not required because only one input signal is passing to one output signal at a time. So simplification is not possible. Directly write the expressions from seeing the truth table. So how can we write? Y0 is equal to, when S is equal to 0, it is passing D means S bar into D. Y0 is equal to S bar into D, input signal. Similarly, what is a Y1 signal? Y1 is equal to S into D. Since when S is equal to 1, Y1 is taking as input as D. So y0 is equal to S bar into D, y1 is equal to S into D. These are the logic expressions for our 1/2 demultiplexer. After having the logic expressions, what is our step? Next step, that is simplification is not possible here. Directly I am going to step 6, that is logic diagram representation. Logic diagram representation. Here, by seeing these two equations, what we need? We need only 2 AND gates and 1 inverter. So, take 2 AND gates. One AND gate output is y0 and second AND gate output is y1. For y0, what are we connecting? Input line is D. The same D is connecting to both y0 and y1. And selection signal, here selection signal is connecting as S to y1, S bar to y0. So, take S signal directly. S is directly connected to y1 and with one inverter it is connecting to y0 gate. So, it is S bar and D, here it is D and S. Therefore, y1 is equal to D into S, y0 is equal to D into S bar. This is the logic diagram representation of 1/2 demultiplexer. Okay, I hope you understood this design. What is the design part? Just we are taking from the step 1 as a oral description, that is a combinational circuit which is going to take one input and giving two outputs with one selection signal. Then identifying the number of inputs and outputs, data inputs and select inputs are 1, 1 and data outputs are 2. And then assigning the letter names to the data input as a D and select input as S, and outputs are taking as y0 and y1. Then finding the relation between these three with help of truth table. That truth table is representing here, that is depending upon the S value, y0 and y1 are connected to input D signal. Then from this truth table, writing the logic expressions are, since S is equal to 0, y0 is equal to D, S is equal to 0 is representing as S bar into D is y0, and y1 is equal to S into D, that is y1 is equal to S into D, since when S is equal to 1, y1 is connecting to D. Then from seeing these two logic expressions, simplification is not possible, therefore directly go to the last step, that is logic diagram representation. The logic diagram representation is having two AND gates with one NOT gate for getting the S bar. Okay, so this is 1/2 demultiplexer. And here, if I want to add one enable signal, this is actual design without any enable signal, and sometimes enable signal is also used for the demultiplexer. Suppose if I have enable signal also, then with enable, this 1/2 demultiplexer can be represented as like this. One input signal, that is data input, one enable signal En and one selection signal S with two outputs y0 and y1. Okay, so this is the actual problem representation. One enable signal, one data input, one selection signal, two outputs. Those are representing as y0 and y1. Then what is the truth table representation? In the truth table, along with this, one more column is going to come, that is enable. So enable signal, select signal, output signal y0 and y1. This enable signal is used actually to make enabling of our demultiplexer. If this enable signal is active high signal, then whenever enable is equal to logic 1, then only this demultiplexer is going to be worked, otherwise output is an invalid output. So, if enable pin is equal to 0 with irrespective of the selection signal value, the outputs are 0. That means the data input is not passed to the outputs. The outputs are invalid. Those two are representing as zeros there. Then if enable signal is equal to 1 for the active high enable, then only selection signal is going to be considered, whether that value is either 0 or 1. So now whenever if enable is equal to 1, the selection signal value is going to be considered. Selection signal is either 0 or 1. Then depending upon this, data signal is passing to either Y0 or Y1. The remaining truth table is same as per our previous relation. Okay. So just with extra enable signal is added for defining the enabling condition of demultiplexer. Okay. Then what are the logic expressions? Y0 is equal to what? Y0 can be written as in terms of enable pin also coming into the logic expression part. So enable into S bar into D. Since when S is equal to 0, Y0 is equal to D with enable signal. Then Y1 is equal to what? Enable into S into D. These two are logic expressions. For these two logic expressions, if we draw the logic diagram, how it is? Here also same, 2 AND gates are required, but with 3 input AND gate, and 1 NOT gate is used for getting the S bar. So 2 AND gates with outputs of Y0 and Y1 with inputs of first input is enable signal always. So enable is common to both gates. Enable signal is common. First enable signal is directly connected. Then D signal is common. D. This is the signal D. Then S signal. SC is applying as S with 1 inverter here. Okay. So what are the 3 signals here? One is enable, another one is D, another one is S bar. S bar I am writing like this. The next here for the Y1 enable signal and D signal and S signal. Okay. Like that, logic diagram of the 1/2 demultiplexer is for with enable signal. So this is the logic diagram without enable signal, and this is the logic diagram with enable signal. Sometimes in our communication systems with enable signal is used, sometimes without enable is used. So depending upon the requirement, we can use either with enable signal or without enable signal. Okay. This is the design of 1:2 demultiplexer. Let's see this 1:2 demultiplexer in neatly as logic symbol. Input is here taken as Y, selection signal is S, and output signals are representing as I0 and I1. Its truth table, depending upon the S value, I0 and I1 are defining I0 is equal to Y if S is equal to 0 and I1 is equal to Y if S is equal to 1. Then logic expressions, since simplification is not possible, not used, and directly writing the logic expression from the truth table, that is I0 is equal to S bar into Y and I1 is equal to S into Y. So these two are the logic expressions. Then the logic diagram is simply writing or replacing the logic gates for those logic expressions. Okay. Logic expressions, logic diagram can be drawn. Then this is without. If you want to see with enable, one extra enable pin we are using as enable signal. Okay. And remaining all are same as the previous demultiplexer. Input, selection signal and outputs. For this, how the truth table? To this truth table, one extra signal is added, that is when enable is equal to 0, with irrespective of the selection signal, output is disabled, output is not valid. That is the first row representation. And the next one, enable is equal to 1, our demultiplexer function is coming into the picture, that is nothing but enabling the outputs that depending upon the selection value. Then for this, if you write logic expressions, that logic expressions are y0 is equal to E into S bar D and y1 is equal to E into S D. Okay, just extra enable signal is coming for the two outputs. Now if we draw logic diagram for the logic expressions of I0, I1, S bar Y and Sn2 Y. It is going to use two AND gates, I0 and I1 are the outputs, and selection line S bar is connected to first I0 output gate and S is connected to I1 output gate. See here three inputs are taken as S bar, S and Y directly. So therefore for this S bar and Y is connected and S and Y is connected. Okay, this is the logic diagram. If I want to connect or if I want to draw a logic diagram for the logic expressions with enabled pin demultiplexer, then what is the change? Simply to the existing enable signal is going to be added. So put one more enable signal and add it to two AND gates. This is the logic diagram if enable pin is also added. Okay. So with this, design of 1:2 multiplexer we have seen. I hope you understood the design of 1:2 demultiplexer. Now let's see design of next demultiplexer, that is 1:4 demultiplexer. Design of 1:4 demultiplexer or 1/4 demultiplexer or 1:4 demultiplexer or 1:2 demultiplexer. Let's start design of 1/4 demultiplexer. So 1/4 demultiplexer, start the design process by using the steps. The step 1 is oral description of the problem, that is representing directly as symbol here. 1/4 demultiplexer means 1 data input and 4 data outputs it is going to have. Since it is having 4 data outputs, 2 selection signals are required. Okay, 2 selection signals taking the names as S0, S1 and taking the input name as D input signal, data signal, and 4 output signals taking as Y0, Y1, Y2 and Y3. So what is its name? Its name is 1:4 demultiplexer. So we have seen step 1, step 2 and step 3 combinedly in this symbol part. Okay, the logic symbol for the 1/4 demultiplexer is, it is using one input with 2 selection signals. These are also inputs only, so direction will be like this. 2 selection signals and 4 output signals. Input signal named as D, data input signal. Selection signals are naming as S0 and S1 and output signals are giving as names Y0 to Y3. What is the next step? Having the relation between all these with the help of truth table. So truth table for this 1:4 demultiplexer. How it will be? Depending upon the selection values. So selection signals are S1 and S0. The MSB and LSB bits for these 2 selection signals representation is very important. Here I am taking S0 as LSB and S1 as MSB. So writing part is S1 and S0 and outputs are how many? 4 outputs, that is Y3, Y2, Y1 and Y0. 4 output signals. Okay, then depending upon the selection signal values, since 2 selection signals are there, means 4 different combinations of the 4 different combinations possible in the truth table, that is 0 0, 0 1, 1 0 and 1 1, etc. When selection signals are 0 0, then D is connecting to the output signal Y0. So D is connected to the output signal Y0 and all other outputs are zeros at that time. Then when selection signals are 0 1, that is 0 1, then Y1 is going to be connected to D, or D is transferred to Y1. So Y1 is connected to D and other outputs are zeros. Then when selection signals are 1 0, okay, this is 1 and this is 0 now, S1 1 and S0 0, then Y2 is connected to D. So Y2 signal is D and all other signals are zeros. Then last combination, that is S1 and S0 are 1 1. Then if these two are 1 1, D is connected to Y3. Okay, D is connected to Y3 or Y3 is connected to D, that is Y3 is equal to D, all other output signals are 0. So this is the relation between selection signals, output and data input signal. So this is the truth table of the 1 to 4 demultiplexer. From this, logic diagram, logic expressions and then logic diagram. What are the logic expressions? We can write directly Y0, Y1, Y2 and Y3, since each and everyone is having only one input, all others are zeros. So logic expressions are, logic expressions, that is step 5. Logic expressions, directly Y0 is equal to, since S1 and S0 are zeros, then input D is passing. So Y0 is equal to S1 bar, S0 bar into D. Okay. Then Y1 is equal to, when selection signals are 0 1, so S1 bar, S0 into D. Then Y2 is equal to S1, S0 bar, D. Y3 is equal to S1, S0 into D. From this truth table, just by writing the logic expressions, these are the logic expressions. Y0 to Y3 logic expressions are written based on the selection signals. Then after that, drawing the logic diagram, the last step, that is logic diagram. How the logic diagram is? Logic diagram can be drawn using these logic expressions. So here what gates are required? By seeing this, we can understood that here AND gates are required. How many AND gates are required? 4 AND gates are required. 4 AND gates with how many inputs required? 3 inputs. So 4 AND gates with fan-in of 3 are the required logic gates for the drawing of the logic diagram for this 1 to 2, 1 to 4 demultiplexer. So, and selection signals S1, S0, S1 bar, S0 bar are required. So, selection signal S1, and by applying one inverter, S1 bar. Okay. Then similarly, selection signal S0, by applying one inverter, S0 bar. Then input signal D. These are the inputs required for drawing of the logic diagram of 1 to 4 demultiplexer. How many AND gates are required? 4 AND gates. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 AND gates required. First output, let us assume first output is Y0. For the Y0 output, what are the signals connected? S1 bar. So this is S1 bar signal and S0 bar signal and D. That dot represents the connection. So here crossover is not required. Similarly, y1 output is equal to what? S1 bar. It will start from the S1 bar, then S0 signal and D signal. Then output y2 is equal to S1. So S1 first, then S0 bar and D. Finally, output y3 is connected to S1 and S0. Okay, S1 signal is this, and S0 signal is this, and D signal is this. So these are the 4 AND gates required for the logic diagram of 1 to 4 demultiplexer. This is the demultiplexer logic diagram representation. Okay. So this is design of 1 to 4 demultiplexer. What we have taken the oral description as a symbol representation, that is 1 data input, 2 selection signals and 4 outputs. Then relation between all these is represented as a truth table, and then from this truth table logic expressions are written, and for that logic expressions logic diagram is drawn. This is the design of 1:4 demultiplexer. If we want to add enable signal to this, we can add as enable signal extra E, and here enable is adding, and when enable is equal to 1, these are the connections. When enable is equal to 0, with irrespective of these, all outputs are zeros. Okay. If enable is also added in our design part, if enable is equal to 1, the previous truth table applies, and when enable is equal to 0, with irrespective of selection lines, outputs are zeros. Then what are the logic expressions? Simply y0 is equal to all the same expressions into enable, into E and E is coming to the logic expression part. Then for the logic diagram, one more signal is going to be added extra as E, and that E will be connected to all logic gates. E will be connected to all logic gates like this. This is 1:4 demultiplexer with extra enable input. Okay, like this we can design any size of the demultiplexer. That may be next one 1:8 or 1:16 or 1:32 and so on. I hope you understood this 1:4 demultiplexer. Now let's see once again this 1:2, 1:4 demultiplexer. Logic symbol by taking the selection signals as AB, input as X and outputs are as D0 to D3. Then its truth table, depending upon the selection values of B, A, the outputs D0 to D3 are having a value of X. That is, when these two are 0, 0, D0 is passed to, or D0 is connected with X, and 0, 1, D1 is connected to X and so on. Then from that logic expressions D0, D1, D2, D3, 4 outputs are depending upon the selection line. So A bar, B bar, X, A bar, B, X, like that. Okay. Then for that logic expressions, if we draw the logic diagram, that will be like this. That is 2 selection signals AB with inverters for getting the B bar and A bar, and then one input signal X. That input signal is common for all gates, that is X and X input signal. Now depending upon the values of A bar, B bar, AB, one of the output will be defined. For getting the D0, actually here A bar and B bar has to be connected. So the first line it is a B bar connected, and it is second line A bar connected. Like that A bar, B bar, X is D0. Similarly, the final is, here it is B and it is A. A, B, X is connected to the D3. Like this logic diagram for the 1:4 demultiplexer can be drawn. Okay. I hope you understood 1:4 demultiplexer design part. Now, let's see 1:8 demultiplexer design. Use the same design procedure, that is starting from the verbal description to final logic diagram. How many are the inputs required here? Since 1 is the input, this is the data input, and data outputs are 8. Data outputs are 8 in number. Then how many are the selection signals required? Selection signals required are this 8 can be written as 2 power 3. Okay, therefore selection signals are 3. Using 3 selection signals, 1 data input, 8 data outputs, we can design this 1/8 demultiplexer. Okay, see, if we design this 1/8 demultiplexer, its description is representing as logic symbol. Here it is 1/8 demultiplexer is using 1 input as DIN and 3 selection signals S2, S1 and S0, 3 selection signals, and outputs are from Y0 to Y7. Okay, it is the logic symbol representation. Then it's truth table, because the relation between all these signals will be explained with the help of truth table. Here truth table is shown here. The data input DIN, is taking as D, and selection signals S2, S1, S0. Here S2 is taking as MSB and S0 is taking as LSB. Okay, like that only it is represented, S2, S1 and S0, and outputs Y0 to Y7. Y7 is taken as MSB and Y0 is taken as LSB. So then when these 3 signals are zeros, S0 to S2, all 3 zeros. If these signals are 3 zeros, then the D in input will be connected to the Y0. Okay, when these signals are zeros. So it is when these 3 signals are zeros, our data input will be connected to Y0. Okay, Y0 is equal to D, and all other outputs are zeros. Similarly, when these selection signals are 0, 0, 1, that means 1, then Y1 is going to be connecting with D, and when selection signals are 0, 1, 0, like that, Y2 is connected to D, and selection signals are 0, 1, 1, its decimal representation I am writing here, it is 0, 1, 1, its decimal is 3, I am writing here. When selection signal values are 3, then data in is connected to the Y3. When selection signal values are 1, 0, 0, D in is connected to Y4. When selection signals are 1, 0, 1, then D is connected to Y5, and 1, 1, 0 selection signal values, D in is connected to Y6, and 1, 1, when selection values are 1, 1, then D in is connected to Y7. Okay, the same when for the 1, 1, Y7 is D and all other outputs are zeros. When 1, 1, 0 is the selection lines, then Y6 is equal to D, then all others are zeros. Like that, it is D, 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 D and D and D. Okay, all these. When selection values are 0, decimal equivalent 0, first Y0 is equal to D. When selection values are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. You can remember easily like this. When selection values are these, Y7 is equal to D. It is 6, Y6 is equal to D. It is 5, Y5 is equal to D. It is 4, Y4 is equal to D, and etc. Like that we can remember this truth table easily. Okay, relation between the data inputs, select inputs and outputs is represented as truth table. Now from this truth table, what is a logic expression? We can have how many number of logic expressions? We are going to have total 8 outputs, so 8 logic expressions. How many logic expressions? 8 logic expressions. First, for Y7, what is the logic expression? Y7, for Y7. Y7 is equal to when S2, S0, S1 are 1s and D. So therefore Y7 is equal to S2 into S1 into S0 into D. That is the logic expression for Y7. Similarly, for Y6, what is the logic expression? That is 110 case. So 110 means S2 into S1 into S0 bar into D. Okay. Then for Y5, what is the logic expression? Y5 is when 101. So Y5 is equal to S2, S1 bar, S0 into D. Similarly, what is a Y4 expression? Y4 expression is nothing but when selection signals are 100. 100 means S2, S1 bar, S0 bar into D. Like that. If selection signal is 0, take its complement. If selection signal is 1, take direct value. Okay. So, Y4. Then what is Y3? Y3. Here is Y3. Y3 is what? When selection signals are 0, 11. That is nothing but S3, S2 bar, S1, S0 into D. Okay. S2 bar, S1, S0 into D. Then what is Y2? Y2 is equal to when the selection signal value is equal to 2, 0, 1, 0. 0, 1, 0 into D, like that. Okay. Then what is Y1? Y1 is equal to S2 bar, S1 bar into S0 into D. What is Y0? Y0 is for all values of zeros. Okay. So then I am writing here Y1 is equal to Y1, S2 bar, S1 bar, S0 into D, and Y0 is equal to S2 bar, S1 bar, S0 bar into D. Okay. So all these are logic expressions. Logic expressions are written based on the values of these selection lines, the value of either 0 or 1 into particular D. Okay. So these logic expressions are 8 logic expressions starting from Y0 to Y7. That is D into S2 bar, S1 bar, S0 bar to D into S2, S1, S0. After having the logic expressions, what is our next step? Next step is drawing the logic diagram. How is the logic diagram? Just place the logic gates required for all these expressions. What are these expressions? All these are minterms. So, what gates are required? AND gates are required. AND gates, how many are required? So, number of AND gates required are number of AND gates. Required are how many? Based on the number of outputs. Number of output signals are 8. So, number of AND gates required are 8. Then, for each AND gate, how many number of inputs are required? Number of inputs to each AND gate. Number of inputs. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 4 variables are connecting here. So, number of inputs to each AND gate, that is fan in. Fan in of each AND gate required is 4. Okay. Then, okay. So, 8 AND gates with number of inputs are 4 required. Then bars to get S2 bar, S1 bar, S0 bar. So, here not gate, not gate, not gates are required. How many not gates are required? 3 not gates are required. So, with the help of 3 not gates, 8 AND gates, we are going to draw the logic diagram for this 1 to 8 demultiplexer. So, then if it is drawn, the logic diagram is shown here. That is D input S2, S1, S0 to get S2 bar, S1 bar and S0 bar. 3 inverters are used. Then for all these 8 AND gates are used. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 8 AND gates with outputs from Y0 to Y7, and each AND gate is connected with its respective the literals. That is Y0 is connected with D, that is D is common for all AND gates D, and S2 bar, S1 bar and S0 bar. This dot represents connection. So, it is connected with S2 bar, S1 bar and S0 bar. So, input for the first AND gate Y0 are D, S2 bar, S1 bar and S0 bar. Okay. Like that all gates are connected with this required input signals from the NOT gates or direct inputs. That is logic diagram representation of 1:8 demultiplexer. Okay, I hope you understood the design of 1:8 demultiplexer. Like this, we can design any size of the demultiplexer starting from 1:2 to any number, that is 1:2 power n for n selection signals. Till now we have seen design of 1:2 demultiplexer, 1:4 demultiplexer and 1:8 demultiplexer. Okay. Now check our understanding of this design part of multiplexers, that is from 1:2 to any number, with a small quiz. See the first question. What is the size of the demultiplexer? What is the size of the demultiplexer? It is a very important question. How we are representing the demultiplexer? Always using one input with n selection signals with 2 power n outputs. Okay. So with one input, n selection lines, 2 power n outputs. So the size can be written as 1:2 power n with n selection lines. Its size is 1:2 power n. Its size is 1:2 power n or 1/2 power n. We can write in any way. 1/2 power n with n selection lines. That is the size of the demultiplexer. Let's see the second one. Which circuit can be used as serial to parallel converter? Serial to parallel. Serial means what? One line. Parallel means what? Many lines. Many lines in parallel like this. So, serial 1, parallel many. 1-to-many circuit is what? 1-to-many circuit is our demultiplexer. 1-to-many circuit is, our serial to parallel circuit is always demultiplexer. So which circuit means? It is demux, demultiplexer. Next, see the third question. 1 to 2 power 7. So here 1 to 2 power 7 is written. 1 to 2 power 7 demultiplexer would have dash number of output signals. Just now we have seen the size, that is 1:2 power n with n selection signals, where 2 power n is outputs. Okay. Here it is representing as 1 to 2 power 7. So this 2 power 7 is obviously outputs. Okay. So 2 power 7 means how much it is? 128. So how many number of output signals are existing for 1 to 2 power 7 demux? That is obviously answer is 128. Let's see the next question. How many select lines are required for 1:64 demultiplexer? How many select lines? Our demultiplexer size is given as 1:64. Just write this in terms of 1:2 power something. 64 is how much? 2 powers in terms of 2 powers. 2 power 4 is 16, 2 power 5 is 32, 2 power 6 is 64. So 1:2 power 6. That is 1:2 power n. What is this n? Selection signal. So therefore from this n is equal to how much? 6. So number of select lines required for 1:64 demultiplexer are 6. Next, the last question. Demux is also used as data selector. Demux is also used as data selector. It is a statement. Is it yes or no? You need to understand the demux function. What is a demux doing? Demux is doing taking one signal and distributing it to many output lines. So it is not a selector, it is not selecting from the input data. It is sending input to many lines. Okay, it is distributing data to many lines. So therefore, it is, this demultiplexer is not a data selector, it is a data distributor. Okay, it is not a data selector. Therefore, answer is what? It is no. Demultiplexer is not a data selector, it is data distributor. Okay, this is the quiz. So, I hope you understood this demultiplexer design. With this, quiz also. Let's see demultiplexer tree implementation. Till now what we have seen? We have seen design of individual multiplexers like demultiplexers like 1:2, 1:4, 1:8 and so on. So, design of demultiplexers using conventional logic gates we have seen. Now, we will see design of demultiplexer using demultiplexer itself. Okay, because if we have seen 1:8 demultiplexer logic diagram, there we have used fan-in 4 for the AND gate. If you want to design 1:16, then AND gate with fan-in 5 required. Like that, if a size is increased, AND gate fan-in is going to be increased. So, instead of taking the more fan-in gates, if demultiplexers are directly taking, it is a better solution. So, implementation of bigger demultiplexers with smaller demultiplexers is our topic. So, for example, 1/8 demultiplexer using 1/4 demultiplexer. Okay. So, it is the bigger one. Bigger one is 1:8 and smaller one is 1:4 demultiplexer. Okay. It is the smaller demultiplexer. So, for this, first we need to know how many number of these smaller demultiplexers are required for bigger demultiplexer. For that, what is the logic symbol for 1:8 demultiplexer? So, outputs are having of 8 lines, input is 1 and selection signals are 3. It is 1:8 demux. Okay. So, 8 outputs and here outputs are 8 in this. In this 1:4 outputs are how many? Outputs are 4. Okay. So, this 8 outputs and 4 outputs. Take 8/4, then that is equal to 2. That is, to implement or to cover all these 4 outputs, these 4 outputs, 1 demux is required and these 4 outputs, another demux is required. So, demux 1 and demux 2, let us assume. So, directly draw those 2 demultiplexers like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So, what are these sizes? 1:4 and it is also 1:4. Output lines part finished. So, these outputs are finished. Next, coming to the selection lines. Selection lines are here 3. But selection lines required for 1:4 demultiplexers are only 2. So, out of these 3 lines, 2 selection signals are going to be used there. That is S2, S1 and S0. Out of these 3 selection lines, use LSB bits, LSB of S0 and S1 as the selection signals here. So, S1, S0. Here S1 and S0. Connect those 2 selection lines. Okay. So, from the selection signals also, 2 selection signals are connected. Now, one input signal, remind, one input has to be applied to both. Okay. So, one input signal, okay, take input D and same input is applied, it's okay. D is connected. Now, what remained? The remaining is this S2 line. S2 line is nowhere connected. Input signal is connected and all 8 outputs are connected. S1, S0 is also connected as a selection line and this S2 is not connected. For connection of that S2, what we have to use? Okay, that means actually since S2 to S0, it is having the 8 combinations of the truth table 0, 1, 1, and 100, 101, 110, 111. This is actual truth table. In this, depending upon S1, S0 means S1, S0, 1, 4 combinations, another time 4 combinations. So these 4 combinations are applying to these two demultiplexers. Now observe this S2. S2 line is, for the first 4 combinations its value is 0 and next 4 combinations its value is 1. So now use this line S2 as enable signal for these two demultiplexers to select one demultiplexer at a time. That is, for first 4 combinations use DMUX1 and for the next 4 combinations use DMUX2, such that enabling of first demultiplexer for first 4 combinations of the truth table, then enabling the second demultiplexer for the last 4 combinations of the truth table. So use one enable signal. We are using one enable signal here. Enable signal for both demultiplexers. We have seen with enable signal also the demultiplexer. But when enable S2 is equal to 0, then first demultiplexer has to be worked. But this enable signal is active high. So use S2 with one inverter and connect as enable signal to the first demultiplexer and connect S2 as it is to the enable pin of the second demultiplexer, so that when S2 is equal to 1, second demultiplexer will be selected. When S2 is equal to 0, then through the inverter enable is connected, so demultiplexer 1 will be enabled. So demultiplexer 1 will be enabled when S2 is equal to 0 means the first 4 combinations of the truth table is covered. Then when S2 is equal to 1 means demultiplexer 2 will be enabled for this. So therefore what will happen? Then for the next 4 combinations demultiplexer 2 will be enabled, so that the input will be passed according to the selection lines. This is one part of design, one style of design, design 1. And in the next design, in the second design, this can also be designed in another way, that is demultiplexer 1 and demultiplexer 2 are as it is. This section is same, and we may use something other than this inverter as S2 as enable signal here. That is demultiplexer 1 and demultiplexer 2, 1:4 here, 1:4 here, with 4 inputs with 2 selection lines S1 and S0 are connected, S1 and S0. Okay, these are outputs and outputs. Now here actually 2 inputs are required for the 1:4 demultiplexers, but we have actually one input signal as D. Then that one input signal D will be connected to input to the 1:4 demultiplexers using 1:2 demultiplexer. So 1:2 demultiplexer is going to be used with the selection line of S2, so that it will be connected once when S2 is equal to 0, this line, and when S2 is equal to 1, this line. So it is open, it should be open here. Okay, 1:2 demultiplexer is using with S2 as the selection line, and D will be connected when S2 is equal to 0 to the DMUX1, and D will be connected when S2 is equal to 1 to the demultiplexer 2. So instead of using this NOT gate place, we can use 1:2 demultiplexer also. So design 1 and design 2. In the question they given just 1:2, they given 1:4 demultiplexers only, then this is the answer, and 1:4 and 1:2, then it will be the answer. Okay, this is the design of 1:8 demultiplexer using 1:4 demultiplexer. Design of 1:8 demultiplexer using 1:4 demultiplexers. We have calculated 2 number of demultiplexers are required because 8 outputs by 4 outputs, 2 multiplexers, 2 1:4 demultiplexers. So 2 1:4 demultiplexers are using, and outputs are distributed for the first one and second one, and then selection lines. These selection lines are 3 selection lines, and out of these 3, first 2 are used for the selection lines for the 1/4 demultiplexer, and the third signal S2 is using as the enable signal. So it is S2 is using as the enable signal with inverter and without inverter. So without inverter is connected to the second demultiplexer, and with inverter it is connecting to the first demultiplexer. Okay, so this is the design of 1:8 demultiplexer using 1:4 demultiplexers, and this design we have seen. I hope you understood this design. So next, do one more design, that is 1:8 demultiplexer using 1:2 demultiplexers. Next design, 1:8 demultiplexer using 1:2. So actually we have to get 1:8. Okay, so for these two outputs, 1 and 1, using of 1:2 demultiplexers. So 8/2, 4 demultiplexers are required. 4 demultiplexers. So here it is demux 1, 2, 3 and 4 demultiplexers. Okay, from the 1:8. And selection lines are S2, S1 and S0. If we have taken 3 selection lines, then for these 1:2 demultiplexers, only one selection line is enough. Okay, assuming that when S0 is connected. When S0 is connected and S1, S2 are free, and for these 4 demultiplexers, 4 inputs are required. Okay, 4 inputs. Then use the second demultiplexer to take those 4 outputs as 2 outputs separate again. Okay, then again for this S2, use one more demultiplexer for getting the input as S2 or selection line as S2 and input as original D. That means like this. In the final stage, we are going to have 8 outputs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8. For all these multiplexers, selection line applied is S0. What these are? All these are 1:2 demultiplexers. 1:2 demultiplexer, 1:2 demultiplexer. S0 is covered. But for all these, inputs required are 1 signal. So here 4 signals are remained. For these 4 signals, we can use one more 1/2 demultiplexers like this. Okay, so this is one more 1:2 demultiplexer, 1:2 demultiplexer using the second selection line as S1. Second selection line as S1. So for this, one input required. Okay, then since 2 signals are required and 1 input is possible, so connect D input here. Use one more 1/2 demultiplexer with the last selection signal as S2. So this with input D, S2, S1, S0, S2, S1, S0, and with outputs of total 8 outputs. This is the first section, second section, third section and fourth section. That is total 8 outputs. So first stage we have 1:2 demultiplexer. In the second stage 2 1:2 demultiplexers. In the third stage 4 1:2 demultiplexers. Now finally for this 1 input and 8 outputs. So how many number of 1:2 demultiplexers are used? Here number of demultiplexers used are total of 4 plus 2 plus 1, 7. So 7, total of 7 multiplexers of size 7 demultiplexers of size 1:2 are required to implement 1:8 demultiplexer. Okay, so this is the design of 1:2 1:8 demultiplexer using 1:2 demultiplexers. Let's see, it's a pair diagram. That is, so 7 demultiplexers connecting as MSB bit here in the selection signals and LSB bit here in the selection signals and middle signals in the middle stages, and total all 8 outputs and input line, and outputs of first stage demultiplexers are connected as inputs of the second stage, and outputs of second stage demultiplexers are connected as input of the last stage. Okay, so this is implementation of 1:8 demux using 1:2 demultiplexers. Like this, it is called as demultiplexer tree. Why it is called as demultiplexer tree? It is having of all demultiplexers. Let's take one point, and from this 2 branches, then from this again 2 branches, and from this again 2 branches. If a next is there, branches will be increased. So therefore it is called as demultiplexer tree. Okay, I hope you understood this demultiplexer tree. Like this, you can design any size of the demultiplexers with its lesser size of the demultiplexers. Till now what we have seen? Design of individual demultiplexers and design of bigger demultiplexers with smaller demultiplexers. Now let's see implementation of a function using demultiplexer. For the example sake, half adder implementation using demultiplexer. Half adder implementation using demultiplexer. For this, first take the half adder truth table. What is a half adder truth table? Half adder is having 2 inputs and 2 outputs, sum and carry. Depending upon the combinations of 2 inputs, sum and carry will be defined like this. Sum and carries, this is the truth table of the half adder. Now by using this truth table, we can write as sum is equal to sigma m of its minterms 1 and 2, and carry is equal to sigma m of only one minterm, that is equal to 3. Okay, only one minterm. Now if we have this kind of expressions, we can design this with demultiplexer. So in the outputs 1, 2, 3 are required. Now the given demultiplexer is 1:4 demultiplexer. So 1:4 demultiplexer. For this, it is going to have 4 outputs with the selection line representation as 0, 1, 2, 3, and with 2 selection lines. Okay, then outputs 4 with 2 selection lines with 1 input. See here, the sum and carry are the 2 outputs with minterm values of 1, 2 and 3 with the values of 1. So connect D here as 1 as it is and use these 2 inputs as selection lines. Use these 2 inputs as selection lines. That is, when AB00 means this line, AB01 means second line, AB10 means third line, and AB11 means fourth line are going to be selected, and this 1 is passed to this line. That means D is connected to here, D is connected to here. So depending upon the values of AB, logic 1 will be connected to these lines, and that logic 1 is connected to sum. So at the minterms of 1 and 2, use 1 OR gate to have the sum output. Okay, that is nothing but sigma m of 1 and 2. Okay, that is nothing but, suppose if I have written sum here, what is the output signal existing here? It is D into, that is 1 into AB values. What are the AB values? AB value is 0 and 1. Okay, that is A bar and B. D is equal to 1. 1 into A bar B. So that is A bar B term, that plus. Second term is 1 into AB bar. that is equal to AB bar. So, A bar B plus AB bar is equal to our sum expression. Then what is a carry expression? Carry expression is only the third minterm. That carry is equal to this one. Directly, since it is having only one minterm, I can write carry here directly. Okay. That is when AB is equal to 1, 1, when AB is equal to 1, 1, directly this D, that is value 1, will be connected to the carry. Okay. Then what is its equivalent? D into AB 1, 1 means AB. 1 into AB is equal to AB. So, carry expression for the half adder is AB. Sum expression for the half adder is A bar B plus AB bar. Okay. Like this, it is the 1:4 demultiplexer. So, implementation of half adder using 1:4 demultiplexer. So, here 1:4 demultiplexer is required 1 and 1 OR gate is required. So, this is the final half adder using demultiplexer. That to the size of 1:4 demultiplexer. Half adder logic diagram using demux. Using demux. Okay, this is the design part. Next, see one more design, that is implementation of full subtractor using 1:8 demux. Okay, for this what are the required things? Full subtractor truth table, full subtractor logic equations, and then the implementation with 1:8 demultiplexer. So, full subtractor truth table is this. It is having the 3 inputs A, B, D in, and 2 outputs. One is difference and borrow out. So, these are the truth table values, that means difference and borrow out values. From this, we can write logic expressions as difference and borrow out, that is difference is equal to sigma m of the minterms 1, 2 and 4, 7, and for the borrow out 1, 2, 3 and 7, sigma m of 1, 2, 3 and 7. Okay. So, by having this, take 1:8 demultiplexer, and 1:8 demultiplexer selection signals has to be connected to the inputs of the full subtractor. Okay, inputs of the full subtractor ABC, and input of the demultiplexer has to be connected with logic 1, and outputs are nothing but minterm 0, minterm 1, minterm 2, like that. Minterm 7 is the last output line, and take all the minterm lines, use OR gate for the minterms of 1, 2, 4, 7, that is 1, 2, 4, 7 for the difference output, and minterms of 1, 2, 3 and 7 for the bar out expression. Use OR gates for these two minterms combination, OR gate 1 and OR gate 2 for getting of the difference and borrow out. So, this is the logic diagram of the full subtractor using 1:8 demultiplexer. Okay. So, I hope you understood the design of any Boolean function with help of demultiplexers. For that, what is required? Just Boolean expressions are required in terms of its minterms. Then take that required size of the demultiplexer and use OR gates for the given minterms for connection, and connect logic 1 at the input side. Okay. And the variables which are used in the logic expressions, connect those as selection lines of the demultiplexer. Like this, we can implement any logic function using demultiplexer. Take the assignment questions as design 16:1 demux using logic gates, because we have seen 1:2 and 1:4 and 1:8. So, it is 1/16. Design 1/16 demux using logic gates. Then implement 1:8 demultiplexer using 1:4 demultiplexers. That is multiplexer tree implementation. And here also 1:16 with 1:4 demultiplexers. Design or implement demultiplexer trees. Next one is implement full adder using demultiplexer tree. So full adder is a logic function or Boolean functions having of two functions sum and carry out. These two implement using demultiplexers. Okay, take these as assignment questions so that you can get better understanding on the topic of demultiplexer, demultiplexer tree and implementation of Boolean function using demultiplexer. So till this we have seen multiplexers in the last lecture and demultiplexers in this lecture. Now a comparison part, comparison of this multiplexer and demultiplexer, the last topic of today's lecture. Multiplexer is size is 2 power n by 1 with n selection lines and demultiplexer is 1:2 power n with n selection lines. So number of inputs are here 2 power n and number of outputs are 1, and in the demultiplexer number of inputs are 1 and number of outputs are 2 power n, where selection lines are same in number for both multiplexer and demultiplexer, n selection lines and n selection lines. Here the sizes of demultiplexers are representing as 2 to 1, 4 to 1, 8 to 1 and so on. So examples are 2 to 1, 4 to 1, 8 to 1. Here the sizes are mentioning as 1 to 2, 1 to 4 and 1 to 8 demultiplexers. What is its function actually? That is only one input available at the output based on the selection lines. And here what is its function? Its function is only one output is connected to input based on the selection lines. That is one input is available to output at a time, either I0 or I1 or I2 and etc. Here one input is connected to one output at a time, that is A is connected to D0 or A is connected to D1 or A is connected to D2 power n. That is only one output is connected to input based on the selection lines. Here one input is connected to output based on the selection line. Okay, that means it is called as many to one converter and it is called as one to many converter. And what is the application of this multiplexer and demultiplexer? This multiplexer can be used as a universal circuit. It means anything can be implemented using this multiplexer, and demultiplexers can be used for some applications where data distribution is required. Okay, so this is comparison part. Both are combinational logic circuits and number of data inputs required, selection lines required and outputs are 1:2 power n for n or 2 power n:1 for n. Then operation principles are many to one and one to many, and application is universal logic circuit, and we can implement only some combinational circuits. Okay, so this is final comparison of the multiplexer and demultiplexer. I hope you understood, and we are closing multiplexers and demultiplexers with this comparison part. Thank you.